Hello, beautiful people. Mic check, mic check. How you doing? It is Monday. I hope that you have survived it, as best as you can. It's good to see you. Hello, I'm Apsa. If you're new, welcome. Good to see you. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button if you'd be so kind. Thank you very, very much. Share the live if you want. We're going to have us a good old time over the next hour or so. Share the love. Yes, we got a great topic. Wish I could have gotten to you all sooner, but this is the soonest I was able to get here. So shout out to everybody who is watching. Shout out to the replay gang. If you couldn't join, love you, miss you. See you again very soon. Shout out to all of the members and the subscribers. We are amazingly finally over 20,000 and you know, join us. We have a good old time. Shout out to all of the supporters in all of the places. You are appreciated. And shout out, of course, to the best mod squad on the internet, holding it down. Tori Michelle, K Sharp. Is it? Oh God, I can't see. Carry on. Jonna Lee, hello. Night by Nix, hello. Tosh RJR, hello. Angie, the lady, good to see you, beautiful. Marshall Irons, is this not a chair? Lee, 1997, good to see you. Black Main, NYC, good to see you. Gosh darn it, hello. Shirley Johnson, Island Girl, Jam Down, good to see you. SGG, good to see you. Love and thoughts to you. Special shout out to our very own Mark Creasy, who is going to be a papa, which is crazy. He's going to be a daddy, y'all. So if you've lost someone or you're going to be gaining someone, such is the process of life. And you get our good juju energy either way. Claudia, always holding it down. Appreciate you very much. Claudia, are you able to get the link for Mr. Luter Jr.'s GoFundMe? Q Smooth, good to see you. Sane today, because that's all you can ask for. We're not talking about yesterday. We're not talking about tomorrow. Sane today. Good to see you. Calvin Pearson, good to see you. Y'all really are the best. Should give yourselves a pat on the back. The live crew is unmatched. Thank you so much. It is June. You made it through May. It was long. It was long. Still wasn't as long as January 2026. That January was 6 years long. Somebody's mama, good to see you. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button. It's the quickest, easiest, pretty impactful way to help the channel. Appreciate you. Just got done taking a good old nap. I love it. I had to close my eyes for a little bit today too. It's been a day. It's been a day. But yeah, we've made it into June, and June is one of my favorite months of the year. October is actually the best, but that's because that's my birthday month. But June and a couple other months, they're close rivals to October. June is the month that Mr. Luter Jr. was born. So he's got a birthday coming up. And as the members have known for a couple weeks now, I'm not going to get into a lot of details, But Mr. Luder Jr. has been through something recently that has been very difficult for him and for our family. And so we have a little GoFundMe going for him to help support him. And I hope that you can help us finish it out. That would be a wonderful birthday contribution. He's going to be 26 years old. My guy is out there doing the damn thing. Yeah. Yeah, got a whole address of his own. It's crazy. But, I've had 3 wonderful children, and they all are all my heart. And it's difficult when people hurt your children. It's really difficult to witness, especially because beating that ass comes with consequences. So, we find other ways to channel our energy, and in this case, that's how we're going to channel it. So Claudia is going to get the link for the GoFundMe and put it in the chat. You can also send something through the Cash App for the little Venmos, okay? That also works as well. And I just thank you, as I have, thanked you before, but I thank you again. Yeah, it's rough out here, but let's move on. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button. We are gathered here today on this good, fine day. Oh, this was so satisfying. This was so satisfying. I want to make it perfectly clear that I really didn't care that Jay-Z was, having this Roots Picnic concert, basically. I appreciate it for what it is in the context of rap history, right? I understand what it is that he's doing this year makes sense, all of that. I get all of that, but I wasn't personally like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. And we might have chatted about it, but in passing, probably we would have had a detailed conversation about the hair. Okay, because is it sacred? Yes, it is. But then the gods blessed us. The gods blessed us. A man that was a man on that stage. A lot of these little whisper rappers out here, these little one-syllable auto-tune ass red pill hair transplant niggas that call themselves men and do certain things because they think it's manly. Them boys, them children, them balls ain't dropped yet. A man stepped onto the stage, a whole man with a catalog. And it was incredible. So let us recap. Jay-Z played the 2026 Roots Picnic. Wasn't a surprise. Okay. Wasn't a surprise. Everybody knew this was going to be happening. And then Jay-Z stepped out onto the stage in a silhouette of lights and darkness. Nobody had any idea who that man was. Matumbo's Pinky, how you doing? Tori Michelle, hello. Also, if I repeat you or I miss you, I'm old. What do you want from me? Goldie Box. Not a half man, but a whole man. Come through, Cecred. Come through, Cecred. And why is he on Cecred's social media accounts? For the detangling spray. Yes. But anyway, Jay-Z steps out onto the stage. It's very dramatic. You've got the Roots, you've got Adam Blackstone. So it's going to be a good show, okay? Adam Blackstone on the stage. Oh, babe, say less, okay? Some big old man with a big big ol' rocker afro. I don't know if we've ever seen an afro like that on a rapper before, okay? But some big old tall man with a bigger fro steps into the silhouette of the stage, and the audience was like, "Where's Jay? Who's that?" I Am Southern Belle said the blowout. They picked that boy out to high heaven. Oh, it was glorious. So then the man with the big afro takes a couple steps forward, throws his arm, the music starts. He opens his mouth. Hand him a Grammy right now. And people were like, "Oh my God, that's Jay-Z." Oh my God, that's Jay-Z. Look at him. I have never, I said in the Discord, I said, "Do you know how much work you got to do? You know how much work you got to do to retain that much hair from combing out your locks." Ah, j- and it doesn't start there. That's the thing. The prep for this doesn't start there. If you know, you know, okay? Yeah, if you know, you know. The start for that begins in how it is your locks are being maintained in the first place. Ugh. And so here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I can't remember if it was earlier this year or if it was sometime last year, but you all may recall that at some point in time there was a conversation. I can't remember what actually happened to kick it off, but there was a conversation about like um if Jay-Z cuts his hair and goes back to, nothing on his head, run, right? Run. When I saw this, I thought to myself, well, this is fucking genius because number one, he clearly likes having hair on his head. Okay. He's not afraid to spend time in the chair getting his hair done. And number two, he doesn't want to deal with that narrative because it was basically people saying, you know, if he cuts off all his hair, he's going back to the Jay of whatever year, whatever album. And he's clearly not with that narrative and give people any room for that. This is not about who I was and what I did then. This is about who I am and how I conduct myself today. And I personally think that the nexus for all of this happening is Tony Busby. I do. I think that if you will recall, because we followed that case all the way up until the point that the New York bar was like, "What the fuck are you doing in our state?" Um, if you will recall, Jay-Z handled the PR and the statements, the public statements on that case on his own. Yes, his lawyer did several things, also spoke on his behalf in the press, but if you will recall, when Tony Busby named Jay-Z, Jay-Z immediately went onto social media, which stunned me and a whole host of people because if you know, you know, you just don't do that when you're at that level. You don't do that. You pay somebody to do that, but you don't do that. You don't expose yourself to that. You don't, in the event that there winds up being a trial, you have to automatically be thinking about a potential future jury pool and what the media coverage is going to be like and how are you going to be portrayed. And if you lose your shit in the process, that can easily be weaponized against you. But when Jay-Z came out and basically said, I'm going to murk you in front of everybody, I am not the one to fucking play with. I was like, okay, we've crossed over to a different Jay-Z. And I also, one of the things that I was thinking to myself was this has to be a very difficult experience aside from the allegations that were made, aside from the impact that that had on his family by just existing. It had to be equally difficult. I just have to imagine it had to be equally difficult when Jay tweeted himself, because that is not how that couple operates. That's not how Beyonce operates. They are a vault. They don't engage. And that began to kick off their pushing back. They pushed back against What's Her Bucket on Piers Morgan, right? It was the first time, but I have to imagine the anxiety of he's doing it himself had to be sky high, because never in the existence of our relationship have we done that before. Ever, ever, ever. You either say it in a song or you ignore it. There were people been dissing Jay-Z over the past couple years. It's been ratcheting up. We know this has been going on for decades, but it's been ratcheting up and ratcheting up and ratcheting up. And all the little boys out there whose balls ain't dropped yet been like, he needs to, we need an album. We need an album. Jay needs to respond to this person and he needs to respond to that person and he needs to address this and he needs to address that, because y'all petty little children. And this is literally sport and entertainment for you. And the more reactionary people behave in very difficult situations, the audience is, because that's what they get to feed their brains. And that talk of he needs to do this, he needs to do that, just as obnoxious as Kendrick needs to respond to such and such. And I bet you da 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 da. Grow up. Grow up. He hired every major law firm that he could on the planet and drove that man into the ground across several states. But that was the beginning of a very public awareness that there is a pressure dome over the volcano that is the Carter household and how it is that they operate. And at some point in time, you have to relieve the pressure or it will explode. But apparently, when you a man, a whole man, a grown man, it doesn't take a whole album. It takes one freestyle to clear the entire battlefield and then move the fuck on with your life. That's some grown shit right there. And it's appropriate because not a one of these people is worthy of a whole song. You know, build up an album of that? No. No, 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 no. One freestyle? One single just put out there? Thank you very much, Claudia. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. We got 235 beautiful people in here. Make sure you hit the like button. We got a little GoFundMe going for Mr. Luder Jr. It's his birthday this month. We'd love to be able to hit that, clear that. You know, would be a huge lift off of his shoulders and just a nice little added have some peace. have a little bit of peace on your birthday month amongst everything else that's going on. A feature verse out the blue. I mean, this is I love this so much. Matumbo's Pinky. 1 J verse to 3 Drake albums. That is the current exchange rate. Very good. Very good. Three. What do we count? What do we count here? We got 3 Drake albums. We got untold tweets by Nicki. We got a whole host of things that he said, I'm gonna put all of you into one pile. I'm gonna pour a little nice little circle of gasoline and I'm gonna light you all on fire at the same time. Yeah, that was a bar. Rap inflation at an all-time high. 1 verse to clear them all. Hattie's turning 100. If she would have transitioned before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them. Every one of them playing these silly games at 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came. When I saw that, I let out, I think, what could only be described as a praise whoop. Might have spoken in tongues, waved my arm in the air a couple times, because if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And if you were here in the Tony Busby days, you know how I feel about all of that. About all of that. He called him an ambulance chaser on the freaking internet when it was going down. When it was going down. Before the case had been withdrawn. I was like, well, I have no question who it is that he's talking about. And woo, say it again, Jay. Say it again. That 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came. But 911 is a joke. Public enemy #1. I've been ranked. Yep. Mm-hmm. That man's still fighting for his life. If my grandmama had died before I cleared my name, all my grandmama's dead, ain't nobody praying for me, I'm on your head. Do you? Oh, off top. Off top. Also, that's one of the coldest bars in rap ever. Ever. But that is immediately what I thought of. Oh, no. No, let me apologize to my family now. I gotta go murk some people. He meant it. The rock's not crumbling. The leprechauns have magically run out of pranks. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. I cackled. This was like medicine for my soul. I felt like it was written like for me. I was like, this man is going through everything we've talked about, all the people that we have talked about on this channel who I don't like. I don't like them. Black men do not play about Granny unless she was evil, but otherwise they don't play about Granny. YouTube Unfolded, good to see you. Rock Nation! Man, I'm just like, this man, good. He good, y'all. He real good. He real good. But it really did. I felt like I was like, oh my God, this was, I can just imagine, just the catharsis. It's just like, yes, yes, yes. Because when you are an adult, you have to pick your moment. And oftentimes that means there will not be any instant gratification because you have to pick your moment. You have to be strategic. It's not based on when people are saying, respond, 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 respond. You're going to let them get away with that. You're going to let them talk to you like that. You have to be strategic and you got to pick your pocket. And only you know when it's right. But anyway, he said, excuse me, hair transplant boy, and your daddy, your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? I can just picture him behind closed doors saying that phrase when he's talking to his friends. You know how dumb that is? Ah, man. Jay-Z thinks you're dumb. Bucket dumb. I was like, this is for me. This is for me. Your son on a federal jail line mumbling something about having too much in his drink. You know how dumb that is? Another one fumbled his. Wonder how I get the blame. Rock Nation! You know how dumb that is? I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. This is a grown up calling out the playing in people's faces. Just the tacky, subpar, underfunded, trash ass, love and hip hop type shit we got going on in rap right now between rappers. God, and their glazers. That was one thing where I was like, "Oh, I wish he'd got him in here." But it's okay. I'm gonna take what he gave. I accept it as it is, and I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it. There's a murder mystery game. I said, I told you. I literally said out loud to nobody. Nobody was here. Except for that sleepy boy over there. Nobody was here. I literally said out loud, I told you, he's not playing no more. He said, Dame, shut the fuck up. I said, I can't, oh my God, he's talking about Dame Dash's dentures. And you thought that man needed to cut his hair to get back to a certain kind of energy? You thought he needed to cut his hair for that? He done I was like, this is so like it's such a quick jab punch to the gut that you're like, I didn't know. I did not know. I did not know that today in 2026, Jay-Z would ever utter such words. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out their mouth, and somehow I'm the one who done it. There's a murder mystery game. I could not at that point. That I was taken out. I was taken out right there. I was taken out right there. And then you're going to say that's another murder mystery game? Sir. Sir. Now you're just playing with your food. You playing with the kill. That's not nice now. Just put them out the misery now. That's not nice, sir. Yes, he absolutely does. That forward picture in the black, what the you know the word, I can't think of the word. The lower image of him in this. I was like, "Oh, he's got Blue Ivy's hair. He's got Blue Ivy's hair." Thank you. Jesus Christ. Jack Dance, hello, beautiful. Good to see you. Also great hair. She's gonna pump you up as soon as you come in. I'm just gonna say it's sacred, whether it's sacred or not, because we are. Thank you very much. So yes, foreground is totally giving blue. But yeah, there's a murder mystery game. Oh God, I was like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know if this is legal. You all are always saying I'm breaking the Geneva Conventions. I was like, I don't know if this is legal. He's talking about the man's teeth. Oh my God. And he's mocking him. He's playing with him. He's like, the absurdity of it all. I just, oh my God, it's so good. My favorite. You had the cash cow and thunk it. What? You a pump test? I'm the one who strummed the pain. Oh, here we go. That's right. I am reminded. Lord, I need a Sour Patch Kid. Hold on. This is too much for me to handle. What's your favorite candy and why is it sour? What's your favorite candy and why is it sour? I needed an assortment because, I like variety. It really seems like the police should have been called. We just casually watched this man dismember somebody. Oh my God. Oh, don't suffer no fools now. 186 out of 235. We can get to 235, 240. 1-to-1 it. Ratio the hell out of that bad boy. In a positive way. He casually peeled a couple muffin caps back blue. And you all said he needed to reclaim the youthful haircut and the energy of yesteryear. I mean, not you all. You looters know better. You appreciate age and wisdom. Mhm. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That kid back there didn't go through the things that this man done gone through. Did he go through some things? Sure, he went through some things. Sure, he did. But he didn't go through the things that this man has gone through. And only this man could express it. Thank you, beautiful. 72 having fun with the super chat. I'm losing my words here. Fuck around and find out messing with a Gen X Sagittarius like Jay-Z. Yeah, play with your mama. We've tired, okay? Us grown Gen X latchkey kids, fuck around and find out for real. Fuck around if you want to. Don't get it twisted. Jay-Z pretty much is the embodiment of, oh, you got me fucked up. Gen X, everything is built different. I said what I said. Gen X, everything is built different. We like that for real, for real. January to December. We like that. Oh, I get this all the time, Jack Dance. I have people call me grandma and oldie and all this, all the things, right? All the things in my comment section or on social media. Jack Dance. I want these youngins to know that calling someone that is older old isn't an insult. Jay out here proving he wiser than the owls. Child, how you gonna be wiser than the owls? Damn. People need to leave that man alone. This is it right here. This is it. This is Gen X. We hurt faces or feelings. Take your pick, but make it fast and then get the fuck out my face. Yeah. Okay. I'm the one who strummed the pain. That hill you can die on is way too much flack that comes from those plains. I'm killing them softly. What's understood don't need to be explained. You want it one way, it's the other. I still owe you suckers. I'll Marlowe you niggas gang. Jay. I ain't much for meetings, no how. Cancel the brunches. I remember the hunger pain. The price of the bricks going up. It's gonna cost you a B to even say my name. Mm, mm, mm. So the Roberta Flack, the killing them softly, the genius of it all, the Wire reference. These cats could never. Manish on the beach shebang. Like there is no. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? You want to compare? Man, these apples ain't the same, dog. These apples are not the same. My name is my name. I mean, Also, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. The Wire is a cold ass thing to watch. If you've been going through what Jay-Z has been going through over the past 2 hours, a replay of The Wire is a cold mental game. I can see how that would be conducive. Mhm. 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 Yeah, I can see how that would be conducive. Never seen The Wire, but about to start. Okay, now hear me good, okay? You're gonna watch season 1 and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck? People are talking about this is the best television show ever made. This is the most tedious, dry ass, nothing is really happening show ever." Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of exposition that has to get set down in season 1, okay? And then you get to season 2, and you're off to the races. Enjoy. You'll love it. Oh, yeah, it's great. But just wanted to let you know, it's not a crumble cookie. And you might think that when you get into season 1, you might be like, "This is what these people's been talking about so good, huh? Okay, I don't get it." You'll get it. It doesn't get it season 1, but it adjusts accordingly season 2 going forward. All the pieces matter. It's a slow burn until it isn't. And yes, season 1 does pretty much entitle you to honorary citizenship of Baltimore. So, yeah. Well, there you go. Gang, gang. One of my favorite places ever. Period. Stand on that. No, 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 now you're just being mean now. Now you're just being mean. Yeah. It starts off rough, but it just gets better and better and better and better. Yeah. It's gonna cost you a B to even say my name. You ever heard of a WonderCon? My child is some of them. My children is some of them. Have you niggas no shame? Ooh, I was like, hit him again. Call them out. Call them out. Call them out. Call them out. Have you niggas no shame? Because let's not forget, they were talking about Sir. Well, I mean, they talked about Blue Ivy too, but they were talking about Sir in very specific and unacceptable ways. They were talking about Blue Ivy too in very specific and unacceptable ways, but the Sir thing crossed a a different line than the Blue Ivy thing. Those 2 things stand alone as both unacceptable, but egregious in their own ways. Niggas have no shame. And since you all have kids and then, ta tout them around like Birkins, we can understand why. No talent ass having clown ass fucking children. I said what I said. Y'all trying to get under skin. I really get under skin. Ask, uh is it Un or Un? Ask Un how I'm playing. Y'all thugs with y'all thumbs again. Everybody think they're the ones insane. You're no maniac. Watch how sane he act in my presence. Nigga shrink. Yeah, yeah. Call Kanye out. I'm playing in people's faces. You're no maniac. Watch how sane he act in my presence. Nigga shrink. I need a new therapist. The shit is not working. I'm truly on the brink. Yeah, I would imagine he does need a new therapist because what worked for him before and how it was that he operated does not work for him now after that Tony Busby situation. I would imagine you would need a new therapist after that, if that's the therapist you've been working with. We're experiencing another before and after. Before and after. Jay before Tony Busby, Jay after Tony Busby. Oh my god, a flick to the forehead is just so this is exactly what they deserve, a thunk to the forehead? Oh, just reading your comment is so satisfying. It again, look at the material. There is no comparison. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. Y'all better not encourage them. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. That nut ass nigga still stuttering. That chatty patty down on his luck again. Oh, I guess he kinda did clear him. Quest introduced me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him. This is so brutal. This is so brutal. Jay said, "You think I'm not afraid to say a single motherfucker's name. Not a single one." This is another thing that goes against, the standard, you know, PR scheme that has worked for them for so long. Don't say their name. He's like, "And what?" Y'all better not encourage him. Y'all don't want me to think these thoughts that I think. Now, this resonates with me because if you know, you know. There was a point in time where I had decided that, I was gonna murk somebody in real life, and obviously that did not and will not come into fruition. Alls I'm saying is, it's a demonstrative example of what can happen in one's mind when people fuck with you in such an evil way, or they do something in the world that is so harmful that your mind thinks thoughts you didn't know you were capable of thinking. I understand that feeling really, really well. Again, this was written for me. I mean, I would quite literally never. It was just a demonstrative example, different time. Quest looking like, now why I'm in it, you know why. And you know what's really great about this is that he's been do a shot for a minute. You know that man be saying problematic things. Okay. There are plenty times when Quest open his mouth and we be like, no, actually. We really like your music, and when you direct movies, those movies are nice, but could you not say the please don't he was due a straight shot, and it would have to come from another man. Not one of these little children out here. It would have to come from another man. Jay said, I got you. Quest introduced me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still fuck with him. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. You know what I be saying? I I love it. I love it. Give me 2. I want 2. Shoot. All offense 2026. Jay-Z. T-Mac, thank you, beautiful, for the $5 contribution. Good evening, absoluters, mods, late but here. I know Jay-Z's freestyle can't top Drizzy's "Where is the beef? It's cooked" scheme, but let's go. I know, it's stiff competition, but I'm trying to give it, I'm trying to give it its just due, as we do around here. I just need him to pull it the fuck together. And also to know that he be wrong and unhelpful. His comments are often extremely unhelpful to a situation. It's like, you could have not. How about that? How about don't? Especially when it's a white person from People Magazine shoving a microphone in your face. How about you not? I said what I said. You was wondering why I ain't do the freestyle rehearsal. He said, "'Cause I didn't have time to talk to this man back here on this drum set," when he goes, "Hey, wait a minute. You're not actually gonna perform that, are you? We ain't got time for a conversation. I just told you a couple beats back. I'm not really on the meetings anymore. I'm not going to be a part of your emotional work about what it is that I have to say about you. You support me, right? That's why you're here, right? All right then. Play. Well, actually, you ain't gotta play shit. Sit there. Sit there and take your lick, and then let's move on." That's genius. That's truly genius. It really was a friendly fade. It was a friendly fade. That is a definition, quintessential example of a friendly fade. Yes, I agree with you 100%. That's a good one. Hmm. And then, and then, and then, and then we get to the part where I do believe I started to have an inappropriate reaction to this freestyle. This is when it got so good. I was like, "Oh, this is definitely illegal." That lady back on the stuff. She sound like she in love with him. Her kin can't even uh take they kids, enough of them. This man gave these people 2 lines each. 2 lines each. Line number 1, "Come here." Line number 2, "Whasha." That is the synchronicity. Line number 1, he calls them up to the front. "Ah, you, I'm talking about you, come here." Line number 2, he cuts their heads off, pushes the body to the side. Next, line number 1, "Come up, I'm talking about you." Line number 2, gone. And move on to the next. Everybody say hello to our very favorite Kiki. Haven't heard from Monica in a while. I'm sure she would react very rationally to this bar. That is one of the things that I definitely thought about was how long is it gonna take for her to respond, and what is the response gonna be? And it's not gonna be proportional. It also could be completely out of left field. It could be something we don't anticipate. Yeah. But yeah, a rapper can't be my op. I got MAGA Republicans. Them shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You tried to break the covenant. I reigned for 40 days. My neck get flooded again. I mean, risk get flooded again. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up, nigga. I'm up 10. Oh, and then this. I was like, do it again. he took a little bit of time with this one. Yeah, the Drake. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up to Hove. I never looked up to them. Them crackers got your publishing, gangster. Go talk to them. This is definitely one of the best things that I've heard since Watch the Party Die. And this is just in the pantheon of, you know, diss tracks, which it is. We just love a, multi hyphenated product. It's a diss track and a freestyle. Um, it's fantastic. It's really, 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 really good because I mean, let's be clear. We've gotten some stuff from like who's it been, gang? Who's it been over the past 2 years who's been throwing shots at either Kendrick or Jay-Z begging for attention? We got Joseph Naughty Bottoms and his basic shit. Tory Lanez released a Jail album. I'm sure there was something on there. I mean, just the entries that we have gotten since Watch the Party Die slash GNX slash Meet the Grams um have just been trash because again these are children whose balls haven't properly dropped yet. And now here we come. We got Kendrick, a whole man, clearing the battlefield, and now we got Jay-Z, a whole man. Not playing with these kids. He's not one of their little friends. Oh, Jay Fold. And they deserve to be. They deserve to be. Jack Dance now. I gotta listen to Watch Party Die. I mean, I don't make the rules, fam. It just says you gotta do what you gotta do. My net worth went up again. My next update, the jig is up. Nigga, I'm up 10. Wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. I love that. Wrong chart, champ. It just makes me think of like, when somebody like, calls somebody champ in a condescending way and like pats them, gives them one good pat on the arm. That's this line. Oh, wrong chart, champ. You gotta look up again. Niggas look up to Hove. I never looked up to them. Them crackers got your publishing. Gangster, go talk tough to them. Oh. I love it so much. The interesting thing is, let's not forget Jay-Z's GQ interview, which this was another case where we were like, you could not. You could not, and that would be great. You didn't have to. You didn't have to say all them things that you said, right? And he clearly said some things about the Kendrick Drake situation that some of us didn't really appreciate. We didn't find it helpful, right? We didn't find it helpful. If I'm being generous, I would say that he, was trying to afford some grace to the situation. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, wasn't helpful, right? Then Drake comes out with 3 terrible fucking albums and can't keep this man's name. Well, I don't think he actually ever said his name because Drake is a bitch and he doesn't do that. But nevertheless, he talked about Jay-Z and Jay was like, "Oh, really? All right. Forget what the fuck I said in GQ. Them crackers got your publishing, gangster. Go talk to them." I said, "Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. I love it so much." Don't talk success to me. You niggas is workers. In perpetuities, how your contracts is worded. Don't make me go F man. The roots remember even when the trees pretend. Oh, that's a good one. Not too much on my name. Don't forget who I am. Hattie loves her Shawnees. SHAWN. I find it adorable. She put the S at the end. You don't know. The show ain't even begin. I said, you don't know. The show ain't even begin. Jay-Z, sir, you earned every line of that. Every line. It's so good. Can I bleed him yet? It's genius. Yeah, because I'm a remembering you on the list. You on the shit list. You stay on the we ain't gonna be doing the industry nicey nice or none of that. You niggas take my silence and my restraint for weakness. And I know I could dust every last one of you. I exercise restraint. But since you want to play with me, play with my family, play with my kids, play with my name, because you such a dusty, thirsty asshole. You got no inner compass, can't find the spring yourself. So you got to try and drink off me? No. Fuck every last one of you. That's what that was. And I'm here for it. I thoroughly enjoyed the whole thing. First of all, the whole thing was great. Set list was great. This was a full, like, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, because hype machines hype, and there was definitely like, oh man, this is going to be a thing. And da, da, da. He performed over 30 songs. No backtracking with a band. Nice live instrumentation. Okay. Some instrumentals, but he looked great, sounded great, wearing the fear of God. The afro is just like, I'm still kind of stunned by it. Like, wow. No, nobody thought about the in between option between does he keep the dreads, which he said he was not going to do. He has said, that he's been There are times he's tempted. So at some point in time, there was gonna be a change, and people were just like, "Oh, he's gonna go back. He's gonna go back, and when he goes back, it's on from there. People better watch out." Nope, this is him. Got that D'Angelo rocker hair. But nobody ready. They literally did not recognize him when he stepped on the stage until he opened his mouth. That is a that is a crazy flex in and of itself. Because I saw footage from the private rehearsal show that he did 1 day, 2 days before, whatever, and he had his hoodie on, bow tied, right under his chin. I was like, I mean, that's a choice. Okay, comfort hoodie. I'm not upset with you. Now we know why. Now we know why. That man's hair. And it's a lot of hair. But it is its own crazy flex and, like, meta in a way as we talk about older rappers, right? And at some point in time, I went on a big old rant here because I talk about the rap Gramps home quite often, and the ones that just need to get shoved in there behind the door, have their phones taken away. Um, Applesauce and Golden Girls reruns for them. But that also that we've really been robbed of the wisdom of our elders in rap, and we need that. We need older voices in hip hop because they have lived experiences and hopefully wisdom that they can share. But it's so rare that we get a really good product. And I have no doubt we would if he, decided to make another album or not. And I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of chatter around, well, this means he's gonna, or it means he's not, or I don't care. If he does, fine. If he doesn't, whatever. I don't care either way. But I think it's really powerful that when we talk about older rappers and the assumption that they are not relevant or they are not recognized, or you've got Jay-Z stepping on to a stage with a massive packed audience, and everybody can see him when he was standing in the silhouette and people didn't know who he was. That's a confident motherfucker. And I just think there's something there. There's something in there about you don't need to recognize me because you're about to find out. Yeah, I thought that was a special little moment in and of itself. I mean, I do believe we should treat our elders well. So, yes, I wasn't saying it like a punishment. So, yeah, it was a fantastic show. And the energy was really great, and but obvious and great guests as well. I mean, it was like, "Oh, okay. Wow. This is a really great show," which I would expect nothing less, but I had given really no, as I said at the beginning of this, I hadn't given deep thought to it. I wasn't thinking about who might he bring out because it's not gonna be Beyonce, so I don't care, you know? I wasn't thinking about any of that, but every single person who came onto that stage, I was like, "Of course. This makes sense. This is great." Yeah. It was he did the damn thing. He did the damn thing. I think Roots is family. I think it's, like, all ages, but I'm not sure, I can't say. Oh, wait, you're talking about you're talking about the Rap Gramps home. Baby, you don't wanna be in there. Have you seen who's living there? You don't wanna be there. You don't wanna be in that Rap Gramps home. He has a really good stage presence, and he has whimsy. He takes risks, he has fun. You know, when he played Glastonbury, came out with a guitar singing to Clown, the audience lost their mind. That is an epic moment, a breakthrough moment in live rap performances around the world, and the way that he did it was genius. I also wonder if Beyoncé, because I will just say this, I think Beyoncé's team, um, and a great deal of this comes from her ear, but I think that Beyoncé's team is unparalleled in putting together a set list and the transitions from song to song. I really think unparalleled, unparalleled. And there were times during this show, and even when they had the private thing the night before where I was like, more than ever, and maybe it's just because I was paying attention in a way that I haven't before, but I really felt like this more than ever have I felt like there is a Beyoncé, besides the hair, impact on the show musically, because I just felt like the transitions, I was like, "This nigga's having a versus against himself. This ain't even fair." It was so good. Thank you for reminding me. It was so good. This is what I'm saying. I was like, excuse me, and I know that Adam Blackstone is really, really good, but I just kinda feel like nobody knows Jay-Z's music better than Jay-Z than Beyoncé. And yeah, Blue Ivy also has really good opinions, and we all know that she's the house manager. So, yeah, I'm sure it was something that I'm sure there were iterations of set list. Iteration after iteration after iteration of set lists. And, I feel pretty confident that the people closest to him and the people that he respects the most got to sprinkle in their 2 cents. But I thought the musicality was off the chain for that reason alone. And they were right, stage left. Yeah. Parker Mudson, it's good to see you, beautiful. The freestyle from Jay clears all 3 of Drake's new albums, and sadly, that's not even hyperbole. We know, but beloved, we know. The exchange rate is really something to behold. 1 freestyle to 3 albums? Bruh. We've talked a lot about energy exertion versus return where Drake is concerned, and this is just another example. This is just another where a lot of where a lot of them are concerned. And the thing that's interesting is if anybody drops a diss track, Jay-Z is not gonna respond. I promise you. There is nobody in the rap game today who could drop a Jay-Z diss track, who he would respond to. Name somebody. I double dog dare you to name somebody. Nobody. And anything they say in their weak ass little beats, no matter how ooh skip well. No matter how loud they get about whatever the diss track is, there is nobody in rap that could compel that man to respond. None. Grah. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, every once in a while. Every once in a while I come up with a little something something. Not a soul. I don't think that's the case. I need to take a sip of bone broth. I don't think so. Oh, let me be clear. Let me be clear. I want them. I want every single person, okay? Okay? I want Tory Lane's daddy featured on Tory Lane's response. That's okay. That's how down for the foolishness I am at this point. I want every single person whose head he chopped off to carry that sad little head into the studio or the corner of the jail cell and come up with something. Release it to the masses. I want to hear it. Take your best shot. Go ahead, champ. Go for it. Right. Exactly. He doesn't need to, also. Right. Agree to disagree. Yes. I want to see him fall on their own swords. I want to see it happen. I want to see it so bad. I want to see them all cut each other and fall on their swords and, you know, twirl their pistols, shoot themselves in the face because that's not gun safety now. That's not how you're supposed to do that. I want Mr. Moonstar, Mr. Sunstar. I want them all. Say what you got to say. Let's hear it. Take your best shot. Woo! Let the goof troop respond. Let some of them link up together. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. I really can't believe Nikki ain't dropped shit for shit except shit. But anyway, I just mean that in general. Who you talking to? Who the fuck you talking to? I'm just kidding. Prince's meowing as he's going up the stairs. That boy busy. He ain't waiting for nothing. None of these. Jay don't need no help. Okay, he don't need no help. This you just let people embarrass themselves. Just let them embarrass themselves. These people are so dumb. They just run around in a panic, slam into each other, and then knock themselves out. Let them do what they gonna do. We got grown man shit. Families we're actually trying to be involved in, children we actually raise. They don't know nothing about that. We don't establish that. Everything. 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 Oh boy. It's all good. Thank you for your service. This is the other thing. I don't know why y'all keep trying to Kendrick is not waiting in the wings to, cover Jay-Z's 6. That's not what's happening. Stop assigning work to people. That's not nice. That's not fair. And this is also my point. It's like we are not in the land of the children. Okay? We're in the fully grown adult section. Okay? This is the adult table. This is what the adult table looks like. There's not about to be some back and forth between Jay-Z and literally anybody on the planet. Nobody. It don't matter what they say. He doesn't need anybody to jump up and defend him. He's proven that. And nobody's going to do that either. Because they know he's good. If they're concerned about him, you know what they'll do? Call him. That's what they'll do. They won't rap about it. They'll call their friend, check in with him and see if he's okay. That's what adults do. They don't run to the fucking studio. Child, I agree with you 1,000% on this one. Kiki says, Onika don't even know what she looked like anymore, going through AI psychosis. No one should ever respond to anything from her ever. I mean, I agree with that on all grounds. She is a dried up gash. I said what I said. Eh. For why? For why? I mean, I understand why, but nah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. He's not involved. He's not involved. So stop trying to drag the elders out of they slippers. We in the house. Leave us alone. Oh no, that's horseshit and absolutely not true. I can tell you that as a professional, that's a flat out lie. Correct. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. It would be a worthy opponent. So I understand when there's a fight, you want to see a good one. You want to see a good one, you want to see a proportional one. But yeah, I think that would also be a little bit more insider baseball than this. Because a Nas diss is rap history, and this is all present. So if you know, you know, and it would be meaningful and impactful, and it would get attention in that way. But it would be kind of insider baseball. You would have to know to know. This is live, present. We've all witnessed what's happened in the past couple years. So, and the names are more prevalent than Nas's present presence in active rap. Uh-uh. No, 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 no. Why am I getting have you somebody's mama, you've been here for a while. Have you seriously never heard me refer to a trash ass woman as a gash before? Because I've definitely done it before. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last, okay? It's not going to be the last, and it's not my fault. This is not my fault. This is Gemma Teller's fault. Gemma Teller called a woman a gash one time, and it has been embedded in my brain ever since. I can't remember who she was talking to. I don't remember which woman she was talking about, but I just remember her, that gash. And I was like, my stars. What did she say? Rewind. What did she say? I had to think about it for a second. Like, you know how you know something before you've actually processed it? That's what happened when I saw Gemma Teller call somebody a fucking gash. I knew immediately and had a physical reaction. It was like, wait a minute. And then had to watch it again. And then I had to think about it. I had to think through the word. And I had to think through the anatomy. And I was forever changed. So if I had to deal with it, you're welcome. You get to deal with it too. I mean, I can't even. I don't know if I can put the poker face on. Hold on. It's just a coincidence that I happen to say it when Nikki comes about. What's a gash? If I said stanky gash, would that help? Rotted fish ass gash. That helpful? Who was our first man gash? Do y'all remember this? Do y'all remember who was our first man gash? Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, listen. Listen, before we get into more gash talk, after people said, no more gash, what? I'm going to hit you with a little, there's a nice sweet bosom. You're welcome. Now, on the other side, we going to continue talking about who was the first man gash and who was it that identified? It's all on the tip of my tongue. Help me out, chat. Help me out. Hit the like button. Here we go. Maybe somebody in the replay gang will know and can hit up the comment section because I can't remember. I can't remember, but it was somebody in the chat who was like, such and such is a gash. And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And then I was trying to think of somebody else who could be considered a gash, and I could a man who was a gash, and I couldn't think of one. And now it's all left me. Damn it and a half. Replay gang, if you out there and you can remember, or if it was you and you remember. Oh, I don't. It might, maybe. I don't know. It could have been Mr. Raw Belly. It's funny. That's his name here. Mr. Raw Belly. It could have been him. Could have been him. But anyway, yeah. So what is a gash? I'm trying to come up with a couth definition. A gash is a derogatory term usually used to reference women because of a certain part of their anatomy. And it's derogatory not just towards the woman, but the quality of that part of their anatomy. the subpar quality and utilitarianism of that part of their anatomy. Yeah. Not the mushroom crust, DDG. No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. You're very welcome. I'm glad I could be helpful. Yeah, it's really, as you can see, it has never left my brain. That totally fried me the first time I saw it. I was like, "Oh my god, Gemma Teller is so fucking brutal." If you don't know who Gemma Teller is, she's a character from Sons of Anarchy. Iconic, iconic character. Um, yeah, that woman was evil. Anyway. Oh, don't be so dramatic. You're fine. Love you, beautiful. Babe, do you wanna stay here or do you wanna catch the airlock? Because this is the biggest horse shit I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. You're trying to float the idea that Jay-Z is a fucking culture vulture because first he had dreads and now he's got an afro. He's a whole ass black man? What the fuck are you even talking about? And what kind of stupid shit is this? Those are both rhetorical questions. I'm gonna give you one solid benefit of the doubt that you're being facetious. And if you don't know what facetious means, well, your chances of surviving the airlock just dropped considerably. You gonna accuse a black man of being a culture vulture of the most authentic black hairstyle in the history of blackness? Imma say you a whole ass bot, because that's nonsensical. Unless you just woke up a couple weeks ago and think it's the cloud style. Isn't that what White Vogue called it on Tracy Ellis Ross? The cloud bob? Nigga, pull yourself together. Stupid. Stupid. Stupid people saying stupid shit. Press a button. Yeah, press a button. I believe it was one of the Vogue's magazines because you know there are several around the world. Tracy Ellis Ross did a spread for Vogue. They called her Afro a cloud bob, and it set off a fucking firestorm. How to get the cloud bob look? Motherfucker, that's an afro. No, the fuck you won't. No, the fuck you won't. No, the fuck you won't. That was pretty much the internet's response is, "No. You done lost your motherfucking minds. We're not doing this. You're not taking the afro." Kiki is correct. Combing out your locks is a multi-day process, and depending on how your locks are maintained, you might have to cut off the majority of them and just come out with a little fro. Um, this a lot of hair. This a lot of hair, and it literally made me go back and look at some of the most recent pictures of him and take another look at his locks. Um, and I gave, more thought than I ever thought I would to how they maintained his hair, and that's why he's got this long ass hair today. Um, he wasn't going in for a twist up. He was going in for a roll up, and there is a difference, and it does matter. And that determines the consistency of the lock. Having your hair rolled versus having your locks rolled versus having your locks twisted. So it twisting is faster, which is why people usually do it. And then at some point in time, they'll get some shaping done if it's a little too bumpy. Some people get the twist and the roll. Some people only get the roll. The roll takes a long time. You in the chair for a while, but you're going to keep more hair than if you were just twisting. Yeah, there are people who are like, "It's a wig." No, it's not. You sound like a fucking idiot. That again, this shit is so immature. It's so childish. It's also really sad because black people don't know how their hair works, the versatility or the strength of it. Black people don't know that. There are a lot of black people who cannot do their own hair. They need a wig. They need a stylist. They need to, a super simplified thing on their head because they don't understand their own hair. They themselves don't know how to take care of it, and they don't understand the versatility of it. And it was not a norm for famous black people to have licensed, knowledgeable black hair care providers. That hasn't always been a thing. Okay? That has not always been a thing. So people just think we're imbued with the knowledge of how to care for our hair, how to style our hair. We're not. You have to learn it, you have to practice it, and you have to make choices. And if you want healthy, long hair, you have to make the harder choices that take more time and more money. I've had locks. I grew up with perms because a lot of hair and they could not be bothered. So, perms made it so that my hair could be combed through easily, but I looked like Diana Ross as a kid, and that was with a perm. I had massive hair and a lot of it. Um, and I told you all I went through I was gonna say phase, but I think it was actually really a growth point of not wearing makeup and really trying to, like, figure out myself and just be good with myself and not raise myself through my 20s and 30s unfamiliar with myself, and that was not easy. And I also remember when, um, I got rid of, perm. That was also emotionally rough, but I did, and I never went back. I just put in the work or pay somebody else who puts in the work and takes the time that is needed. Right. Yes. This was not, I mean, it's our fault now because, okay, what is wrong with my finger? Just looked at my finger and it's purple. That's new. Why did I not notice that? Does it hurt? It doesn't hurt. It is clearly marked and bruised. Okay. Interesting. Yes. This was not by choice. We had to cover up our hair. We were strictly forbidden from knowing and utilizing and caring for our hair. Um, today, for me, there is no excuse, especially if you're rich. You're just making a choice, and that's fine. Do you? But I definitely understand the anxiety that comes from being your wild, natural self and trying to figure out how to honor that about yourself while still figuring out how to present yourself in a way that makes you feel confident but not compromised, more authentically yourself in a way that isn't fake and superficial. And it breaks my heart and also kind of genuinely literally sickens me to my stomach when I see girls and young women on the internet trying to dollify themselves because that's what gets the clicks and the likes. Is they're really trying to dollify their appearance, and that really contributes to the objectification and the dehumanization cycle. Yeah, and then it changes over time. Like, the hair that was on my head in the 20s is not the same hair that is on my head in the 40s. It changes when you have children, it changes when you go through perimenopause and menopause, like, it goes through changes, and it'll freak you out if you know, have literally no hair IQ, your own hair IQ, not just hair, your own hair. So, yeah. We got about 15 minutes going on. I mean, we got about 15 minutes left. What else is going on? Anything else that people feel very strongly about that's happened since the last time we saw each other? And that's dumb. And we're not even going to discuss it. And Cecred does have a video right after their post about Jay-Z. They have a video on their timeline showing them doing a Black woman's single mat detangle. She's got long, beautiful hair, long, curly, beautiful hair, and it's all matted. at one point in the very back of her head, and they do a video on that, and there are people who are definitely like, "Oh my god, he was in the Cecred studio. We wanna see Jay-Z's, shampoo routine," and honest to God, it would not surprise me if they drop a little snippet of Jay-Z's hair being shampooed just so people can see his scalp. But on the other side, I don't think they really care, because Beyoncé did that and people were like, "It's fake. Fuck you." You people are fucking pathetic. Have a good night, beautiful. It was good to see you. Take care. This was stupid and fuck them. Stupid. You niggas ain't gonna tell me what to do. Nigga, ain't nobody thinking about you. And now you out of gig altogether. Fuck what you heard. I love me some Ivy Park. I just wore Ivy Park yesterday. Hey, beautiful. How you doing? I haven't watched anything new with regard to music or videos. Dealing with the bullshit of life and work, and I've been leaning into a bunch of comfort stuff lately. I think it's funny that you're asking me this because I do not have this man anywhere within my line of sight. So unless they tell me in the Discord, or unless he gets indicted for something or sued for something, I don't tend to know what he does from day to day, and I don't give a shit. Having said that, Brendy, have you seen Livingston Allen's posts in a series of crash out tweets that he was going to tell the leprechaun what Jay said, even though it was roughly 12 a.m. in California? No, I haven't. And I don't care because that is the most gutter of gutter motherfuckers on the internet. And I don't care. Nobody should care. Why do you care? Why does anybody care what Livingston Allen? You all have made a motherfucker who revels in death and destruction of black people relevant. He never has anything relevant to say. It's all drama. It's all toxic. It's all misogynistic. 99% of it is lies. Who gives a shit? I do not have him in my algo. Period. I don't check, unlike him checking for me. I don't check for that motherfucker. Ever. Unless it's a docket. Livingston Allen is a parasite. He is a parasite. And you need to cut him the fuck off. Said with love. Said with love. Fill your time and space and energy with something else. Like, I had to drag myself here. I had to drag myself here because there's a bunch of real shit happening in the world right now. There's a bunch of real shit happening in life right now. not just for me, for a lot of people. And if I have a live about any of that, nobody's gonna watch it. I had to drag myself here. Literally, this has been an all day thing because I told myself I was gonna go live at 12 Eastern today. And I knew the topic was gonna be the picnic because that's the topic people are talking about, which is fine. And I did enjoy the freestyle, but I had to really work myself to getting there to be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna put my full energy towards for 2 hours talking about. Not this, not that, these other things that are much more consequential to our lives. We're gonna talk about this. And I don't wanna do it in a superficial way. So it took me all day. You're such a sweetheart. I'd watch. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Well, you are too, beloved. You are too. I mean, it's not even just about taking the time, right? It's not, you're not pulling me away from anything that's, eh, if I got something more pressing, then I have something more pressing. It's just, I don't ever want to show up here in an inauthentic way. So I was literally the meme today. Like, I'm finding it. I'm finding it. When I find it, I will go live. And I told myself I need to find it by 5 o'clock. And by 5:10, I was like, all right, I'm ready. Let's do it. Yep. Happy to be here. Let's chat. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I'm not really, I can't, I've had my small pleasures. I had a great weekend. This weekend was fucking fantastic. It was so good. I woke up early, early in the morning for tennis, and for the Champions League, which, by the way, Drake, fuck off. Why you bet on Arsenal to win? You selfish prick. I feel like it's because you know that I'm an Arsenal fan and you wanted to curse them to steal my joy. Dickhead. But anyway, for 6 hours, I had tennis and football split screened. I was in heaven. Tennis is my favorite sport. I love it. Um, Arsenal v versus PSG. I'll tell you what. First of all, I found out immediately after the game that Drake had placed this bet. So I did not know going into it. And I'm very grateful. If you're in the Discord, you can see my reaction in the sports channel because I'm like, ah, well, darn, no Champions League for Arsenal, but we won Premier, and that's what matters. And da 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 da. And somebody was like, yeah, I saw when Drake bet on Arsenal to win, and you just see me that what? That motherfucker. I was like, yeah, we're gonna make it all Drake's fault. That's what we're gonna do. Perfect. Let's make it all Drake's fault. But I really wish that the rules had 2 extra times and then penalty kicks because as far as I'm concerned, Arsenal coulda won that game. It was 1-1. PSG had the ball 72% of the motherfucking time, and Arsenal kept them stymied. Kept them stymied. I was like, this is good football. This is really good football. I was so proud of Arsenal. Proud of how they played that entire match because going into it, people were acting like it was a foregone conclusion that they were going to lose, and I think the match take away the penalty kicks proves that it was not a foregone conclusion that PSG was going to win. So that was deeply, deeply satisfying. Although it was disappointing that they lost, they came back the very next day and had their premiere parade. So that's nice to have that be the final memory of the season in my mind. My tennis matches also turned out, unfortunately, as losses. I was pretty disappointed about that. But then came Saturday night, game 7. The Spurs against the most fucked up team in the NBA, as far as I'm concerned. And if you're wondering, why is Oklahoma City Thunder the most fucked up team in the NBA? Because I live in Seattle. That's why. I live in Seattle. Okay, now we're not gonna go down this rabbit hole. We're not gonna do it. You ain't gonna, don't you say the word expansion to me. Don't you do it. So, I'm a consistent woman. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And everybody who is a looter in this little here community knows that when I say fuck Texas, I mean fuck Texas. I've got my very few exceptions, okay? They are Beyonce, Barbecue, and the Dixie Chicks. I said what I said. And Meg. Uh, but I know how to prioritize, okay? So I said, the Spurs going up against Oklahoma. Well, I'm a Spurs fan. I'm a Spurs fan. Let me call the Etsy witches. Let's do what we can do here. Because Oklahoma don't deserve to win a motherfucking thing. And I'm pretty angry that they won something already. Okay? So after a gorgeous day of I enjoy sporting events, even if they don't turn out the way that I want them to. I very much enjoyed my 6 hours of tennis and football. But boy, that Spurs game, I was like, dust him. Dust him again. Do it again. I was like, these motherfuckers, they can't win. They can't win. They can't win. Now, do I think the Spurs are going to win it all? Absolutely not. Whoever came out on top of that matchup is not going to win it all because you all have had to exert way too much energy getting to the finals, and then you're going to play a team that's very well rested. And I think just on that alone, whoever was coming out is not going to win it all. But it's the Spurs, and I'm so grateful. So, so grateful because fuck Oklahoma forever. I said what I said. I don't like your musical. Okay? Your musical sucks. And I don't like the fact that you took my team. Okay? Yeah, curse you forever. Oh, fuck the Cowboys. Any looter, I've said this now. I've said this now. It's not the people. Okay, it's the state. Okay. I mean, granted, you got a lot of Florida men in Texas, okay? But I honor you. I like you. You the best part of Texas. Matter of fact, Texas ain't worthy of how good you are. And I mean that legitimately. Texas is not worthy of you. Said what I said. Love you down. Love you down forever. Don't hold it against you at all. Don't hold it against you at all. But fuck Texas forever. Mhm. 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 We see eye to eye. I can't see the Knicks beating the Spurs unless Wemby gets hurt. Beloved, what are you talking about? You can't see the Knicks beating the Spurs unless Wemby gets hurt. Are you? What is happening right now? Are we talking about the same Knicks? Are we talking about the same Knicks? Are you just talking about matching stats to stats? Or, baby, are you talking about matching energy? Are you talking about matching dynasty, legacy, destiny? You think the Spurs are going to win this year against the New York Knicks? What am I missing? Besides the tall man, what am I missing? Mwah, to all the looters from Texas. Somebody said he already has an SGA tattoo, that he got an SGA tattoo to cover up the LeBron tattoo. I did not fact check that, but that's what I heard from the Discord. I do not think it will be a sweep. I do think it will be a battle, but I do think that the Spurs are at a disadvantage because of how hard they had to fight to get through Oklahoma. That's a lot of energy at the end of a fucking season. So let's put that, you know, let's just that's just a reality for any team, right? When I when the Spurs when the Knicks finished it out and I looked back over at the Spurs, I really did just kind of cringe, like a moment of like, ah, damn. I wish they could have swept Oklahoma so that they would have more rest time. Um, and that's just not the case. So it's a factor. How much will it be a factor? We don't know. I think that um I think it's possible that Wemby wants it too much. That's the other thing that I think was revealed in that game 7 win. He wants it like his life depends on it, and your life doesn't depend on it. And I wonder if this will be like Andy Murray the first time he went to the Wimbledon finals and was up and then lost spectacularly. He burned through every ounce of his energy and energy reserve by just by wanting it so much and not being able to control that as a part of his performance. And so I look at the Spurs and I think, I know you wanted that badly because I saw the emotional reaction, which really surprised me, quite honestly. I expected there to be some emotion, but I didn't expect that reaction. And that reaction to me is just like, oh, I get it. You want it badly, but that's not the determinant for getting it. And oftentimes people who are in that situation of I want it so bad it feels like my life is going to depend on it. Or it feels like my life depends on it. They don't get it. They have to wait. I think he will be a champion. I don't think it will be this season. That's just my opinion. Yeah, when what's his name took the Ravens to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, everybody was like, "Oh, it's about to happen." They were young and they were ahead of what people, thought they would be in terms of going to and winning a Super Bowl. And then they got into the big dance and they were overwhelmed. So, is it possible? If it wasn't possible, they wouldn't be in the finals. So, is it possible for the Spurs to win? Yes. Or they wouldn't be in the finals. But is it likely? I just don't think so. I just don't think so. I don't know if they can, you've got the other things that you can't quite weigh, but are real, which is that New York is on fire. It's a crackling energy in the streets. And that is something that you have to reckon with. So, and they're playing lights out. So, it's not going to be an easy series, and I don't want it to be for either side. I like a dogfight. I'd love it if it went to 7, and I think it's entirely possible that it will. I would love it if it went to 7 because I think that's how you really earn a championship. I think if you get into the finals and it's like a sweep situation, then there was a clear mismatch, and that's not necessarily enjoyable. It's just an inevitable outcome, right? As each game passes, it's like, oh well, this was a mismatch, and there's a inevitable outcome. I don't like that. I want to see a dogfight. I don't like blowouts. Not when it comes to like championships. Even though I will say Seahawks Super Bowl first time, that was very satisfying. We dusted the shit out of the Broncos and taught everybody a lesson. That one was necessary. Um, so yeah, for me personally, I wanted to go 7. Let's see who really earned it. And I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm not a Spurs fan. I told you where my loyalties lie. In Kansas City, suffering forever. That's where my loyalties lie. I'm just an observer at this point, and I like good sporting competition. Doesn't really matter the sport. Babe, give me a finals. Shit, you ain't tell me nothing. Give me some playoffs or some finals. I'm there. Have a good old time. I'm gonna be well invested. When it comes to tennis and European football, your girl wakes up in the middle of the night. Okay? Your girl wakes up in the middle of the night to catch that action. I'll be in here loud, cussing, cheering. I had Princey all undone on Saturday. There were a couple times that boy went from curled up, dead asleep, snoring to standing next to his bed, very confused because I woke him up yelling about something that was on the screen. Well, I mean, they can't give it back, but in a way, they never took it because interestingly enough, we retain the franchise. We just don't have a team. Anyway, go move on from it. Go move on from it. Also, I still won't not be on Oklahoma's neck if we get another team. It's fuck them forever. Whether we have another team called the Sonics or not in the future, they took the OG. So it's up for life. That's just how it goes. Okay, and what you say that like You sound like an Oklahoma fan. You say that like it's some kinda, some kinda like we supposed to be satisfied with that. Well, you still got the Seahawks. We had to put our bodies in front of semi trucks on the freeway to stop them from taking our Seahawks. We want our Sonics back. Give me that. Shit. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. That is a great truth. They are. They are. Oh, now I'm hungry. Jesus. Now I'm hungry. Great, 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 great. Thanks a lot. I would have thought it took him till like the fourth time to leave to finally just be like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this anymore. And he finally bounced. But it was like, it happened like 3 or 4 times before he was finally like, lady, you are too dramatic for me. I'm trying to sleep. And I felt bad every single time. But it's like it's a spontaneous thing. I don't even necessarily mean to do it. It just happens when something happens in the game. No, it will not tide me over. Yes, I did, and I'm sorry, but I don't care. I don't care. You're coming back to play doubles. Good for you. I don't care. You've already won every major statue when it comes to doubles anyway. So, okay, great. It's fun. It's cool. You've been on that, alt Ozempic for a while, so you stay conditioning and working out. So I'm sure playing doubles for her is not gonna be a thing. It ain't nothing but a thing. Ain't nothing but a thing. But I don't care. I don't care. She's not coming back and winning singles grand slams anymore. That's that that sale. I mean that ship. That sale has shipped. You get it. You know what I meant. That ship has sailed. That child, every time I see one of her ads, I get hives. I'm so sick of it. It's just gross to me. Let's see what else is going on. Has anybody okay, 2 things. Let's talk about television and such. The end of Hacks. Anybody? Thoughts? The end of Euphoria. Anybody? Thoughts? Spider-Man Noir. Anybody got thoughts? You mean like Atlanta Hawks? Oh, baby, bless your heart. Bless your whole heart. No. Wait. Is that the Falcons? Falcons is their football team. It is a delight. I didn't know what to expect. I purposely did not watch any of the trailers. It's fantastic. It's delightful. Is it essential? Not necessarily. Is it consequential? Not so far, but it could be. But those things aside, it is a fucking delight. And Nicolas Cage murks that shit. He's so, so, so good. He is in that show acting. Okay? It is it is just like there are so many things to appreciate about it. The shot selection is good and period, but elevated. The design is gorgeous. The characters are great. It has a campiness to it that is like S tier. S tier, just the perfect amount. And Nicolas Cage is incredible. He's incredible. The black and white and color, both. I've done both. I've been going back and forth. So, I've seen both, and they're both beautiful. It's really good. I mean, it's entertaining. It's delightful. He is magnetic. He's really magnetic. You cannot take your eyes off of him. It's funny. It's also brutal. There are definitely some moments where you're gonna be like, "Oh, shit!" "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" There you're definitely gonna have those moments, and then you're gonna have moments where you laugh out loud, and you're like, "Ah, that shit is funny." But it just it he this is a a Nick Cage performance, and there are very few people that could pull it off. It is Do you remember the first time you saw Jack Sparrow? It's kinda like that experience. Yeah. Remember the first time you saw Face Off? And the way he acted as Castor no, as John Travolta with Castor Troy's face and vice versa. Like, he and I know obviously Jack Sparrow is not him, but just when a character you're introduced to a character for a first time and it's very obvious the choices that the actor has made. And you're just like, "I don't know if this is tacky, if it's genius," and then you're just quickly just like you're just in it. And you don't have time to you just believe it because it presents so fully. That's how he presents as Spider-Man. And I just thought that there are so many things that they handle so, so, so well. Especially given his age. That's a part of the character. And if you're going in wondering how did they make that old ass man a Spider-Man, he's not an old ass man, but for a lot of people, he is, right? It's not the typical age of a Spider-Man on screen. So if you're wondering like how do they make him a Spider-Man, they do it beautifully. So I thought it was great. I really do think I wouldn't be talking about it here if I didn't think it was that good, and I was skeptical, and it's not perfect, and there are things that they could do better, and there were things that clearly, yeah, they could have done better, but all in all, I'm like, "Oh, all the components are here. The supporting cast is really good, and Nick Cage is on fire. He's on fire." I'm definitely hoping to get around to seeing Is God Is, yeah. Well, then you'll love it. You'll love it because it's shot as an ode to the classics that came before us. So, yeah. Hacks finished, and got rave reviews. People said it was a perfect series finale. Not gonna get into any spoilers. The other thing that I finished was season 5 of For All Mankind, and this is a show like Silo. I love it to death. I don't mean that they're similar. I mean, For All Mankind, comma, like Silo, comma, is something that I love to death. Um, so if you haven't watched it and you've been wondering, should I don't know about this show. It does it For All Mankind, I think, is the greatest sci-fi show ever written. And I say that because it's so plausible. They don't get far-fetched and fantastical. And I think that's the most compelling science fiction. It's basically a what if scenario. Um, that reimagines the space race that we all know, beginning with the moon landing. And it goes from there. Each season takes place in a different decade, so you get very long, compelling character arcs. And yeah, I believe it. I believe the show. And I watched the end of season 5. They're gonna do one more season, thank God. Um, I was mesmerized. The last 7 minutes, I was like, "This is so good, I don't even know what to say." I had to watch it again. I was like, "Wow, this is really incredible. The last season is gonna be great." So, that's another one that I give my stamp of approval on For All Mankind. And then, Euphoria also came to a close. Never watched it a day in my life. Was assaulted this morning by 56 different articles, all declaring how the show ended in the headline. People just don't give a fuck anymore. So, I know literally every single thing that happened in the finale, and I've never watched an episode in my life. I'm glad it's over, and I bet Zendaya is too. I'm hearing good things about it too. I'm hearing there's also a contingent of people who hate it because they feel like, and there's no spoilers here, and don't do any spoilers in the chat. There are people that feel like there's a component of the movie that is a bait and switch that they were not prepared for, and it made them very uncomfortable. I think they were all over it. you know, I think they were all over it. Two things can be through at at once. You can have characters change your life, characters that you learn from, characters that propel your career forward, whatever. And you can also be sick of that shit, sick of the people, and ready to move on. And I am always concerned when men are in charge of creating women characters and storylines and backstories. So one of the reasons why I never watched Euphoria is because number one, I've had a child deal with addiction issues. I don't enjoy watching trauma. Number two, I know Sam Levinson has had personal experience with addiction, and I respect all of that. Just as I am disinterested in what white people have to say about the behaviors, culture, whatever having to do with black people, I'm disinterested in men's perceptions of that as well. And I think it's often dangerous and harmful because we're a plot device for them instead of actual women. And I don't like that. So I pretty much knew from the beginning, for one reason or another, I was never going to watch the show. And based on how it ended, I made a great choice for myself. I'm never going to watch Euphoria. Ever, ever, ever. I'm glad it got Zendaya the accolades and opportunities that it did. And now I'm glad it's over. That's Sam Levinson, him and his brother. Zendaya went to the premiere for the final season, and then she left. She walked the red carpet, and then she left. She did solo shots on the red carpet only, and there was a moment where there's a camera on the side, and there are people trying to get her to, take a picture with this person, take a picture with that person from the cast, and she keeps going, 1 minute, 1 minute, super polite smile, all of that. She has no intention of taking it. She leaves. As it was reported. I wasn't there, but that's what I saw was reported. She does the red carpet, she makes nicey nice, 1,000-watt, smile, and then grand opening, grand closing, she leaves. So, well, good night. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, she got the bag with Euphoria. Zendaya was paid a ridiculous amount of money, number one, and number two, she won Emmys, multiple Emmys and other awards playing Rue. So I think it's a situation for me where the performance is I I think the character of Rue is an obnoxious stereotype without Zendaya. The performance really does elevate the character to a new place, and I don't think that if Rue were just a character who were played by anybody, it would not be a character that goes down in, performance history. It's the performance that does it, and that's what goes down in history. It's Zendaya embodying something that, is very real and was very painful to see. I didn't even like to see photos of her as Rue, especially if she had been crying and there's a still photo or something like that of the character, made me really uncomfortable because it reminds me of somebody very close, and it just is devastating. Like, I believe that pain. I believe that addiction, I believe that torture, I believe that toxicity. I believe that suffering. I know it. So, I didn't wanna see it on TV every week. Zendaya doesn't have to do anything again, okay? You earn $20,000,000 one time, play your cards right, you're set for life. So, she's got Dune coming out. She's already had a movie come out, at least one. She had the Robert Pattinson movie. She had this. She's got Dune coming out. Then she's got The Odyssey. And then I don't think we're going to hear from her for a while because she has social anxiety and she doesn't want to be around. So I think she'll go away for a while and live her life. And who knows? We may not see her for a while. She may do an indie turn, right? And go and do a bunch of independent films for a while and let that be her bag for a while before, it's a lot to be somebody who is number one on the call sheet and is carrying a movie. That's exhausting. Then you gotta do the press tour. That's exhausting. So, she's gonna do good work this year, and then she's gonna go away. You are too much. Doomer253 says, "Too real. Feel the same way about Luke Cage. I see my handsomeness in Luke Cage. It's tough to watch. You are stupid. But you know what? We love you." Mhm. And that's why they live out of the country and out of the spotlight. So, but yes, and I'm looking forward to, the next Spider-Man movie per as usual. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be, it's already been a year of good movies, and it's gonna be a summer of good movies, and fall and winter are gonna have good movies, and I love that for all of us. I really genuinely mean that. I think good movies are really, they're just peak. They really are. They're something special. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to a couple things that are gonna be coming out this year. For sure, for sure. Yeah, I think people assume that people who are in movies or are on television want to be celebrity famous, and that's those 2 things, one does not equal the other, you know? And, also people are obsessed with having other people's relationships be entertainment for them, and that to me is one of the most bizarre things ever. I hate when I see, like, Dua Lipa just got married, and I was like, "Okay, that's great, that's nice for her." I don't need to know. Are they going on a honeymoon? Are they not going on a honeymoon? Like, it's gross. That's just gross. Scott Evans and Kiki Palmer recently just did another, chat together, and the amount of videos that I saw on social media of people addressing Kiki and like, "This is why you need to date Sean Evans. Da da da." You are sick. You do not know that woman. You don't know that man. That is none of your fucking business. You literally want it for the fantasy in your own fucking head. You literally want it for the entertainment that you want to see. Oh, Kiki, we just love you. And you don't know Kiki Palmer. It is disturbing to me how people paper doll celebrities. You do this and wear this outfit, and you do this and wear this outfit, and oh my gosh, it's so, I mean, it's picture perfect. We would be so happy. We just want to see it. You have no idea how much we all want this to happen. I don't give a shit who you want me to fuck. I don't care. It disturbs me. It's terrifying. I've had it happen. I've had it happen. I've had people think they were very serious about us, and we are not in a relationship. I don't flirt with you. That's not. I've had people come to me dead ass because they have convinced themselves that they can convince me that we're supposed to spend the rest of our lives together. Nothing in our current relationship, if there even was one, because it has happened with strangers, nothing suggests that I want that, am interested in that. It's terrifying and it's bizarre. Yes, the chicken wing guy. The chicken wing guy. They want them to date. Scott Evan, they have a rapport and they have an undeniable flirty chemistry. And it's I would say it's cute. Um People obviously picked up on it and they, did the thing that the internet does. They've had a couple one-on-one interviews together. She went back on Hot Wings and they had a little smooch. That sent people over the edge, and then, yeah, just recently, they had a one-on-one, and people just lost their fucking minds. 10 reasons why Kiki should seriously give Sean Evans a chance. You need to pull your shit together. You are advocating for a man who fucks porn stars. Now, mind you, to each their own. I'm just saying. That was here's the thing, it's not even the porn star of it all. It's the drama and toxicity of Adam, what's his name? 23 and Me. What the fuck is his name? His ex, Scott Evans. Is that his name? Scott, am I confusing? There's a couple different Scott Evans. Scott from the Chicken Show. If I'm confusing him with somebody else named Scott Evans. But yes, Scott from Hot Ones. Um that it just dawned on me. I might be assigning the wrong last name to him. Right. Okay, yes. Sean. Thank you. Jesus. Fucking Christ, I knew something didn't feel right. Sean Evans, Sean Evans, Sean Evans, Sean Evans. Thank you. I get him confused with the white Scott Evans. Um, Sean Evans. Jesus Christ. So old and black. Um, Sean Evans was fucking around with Adam 22's ex, who happened to be a porn star, and the shit was dramatic and messy and all over the white internet. Now, these people who are largely black women on the internet telling Kiki Palmer to date this white man, they don't know this shit because it happens in white porn spaces. They don't watch Adam 22. They don't know that Scott has a messy history. Okay. But they're on the internet, full throated. Date him, date him. Oh my God, you guys are so cute. You have such great chemistry. No. Give him a chance. Why do we always have to give them a chance? How come men never have to give women a chance, but women always have to give men a chance? You never men don't have that give her a chance, dog. Nope. Nope. Women Just 10-point proposals. Give him a chance. No. First of all, mind your fucking business. Second of all, do your goddamn research. Stupid. Just stupid. This is what I'm saying, Doomer. This got complicated real quick. I just thought he was the chicken dude. No. It's a man whore. Which, hey, do your thing. Do your thing. You know, hey, do your thing. But I would never fix my face to tell a black woman, knowing that, just that. Give him a chance. Nah, girl. I think you know what you like and what you don't like. I think you know who you want around your son and who you don't want around your son. People forget about that. Hmm? No, they didn't. They weren't thinking about that shit. Yeah, pull your shit together. Why the men never got to build a woman workshop? You don't never see. There's not a bunch of videos out there about, men putting the glow up on women. No, we upgrade you. We upgrade you. Good for you, Diaz. Man, I'm so late, but I pushed that like button before someone's toes come along and haunt me for the rest of my life. Mhm. Some of you think I'd be playing around with the titties, so I'll be like, maybe I need to go to, Only Feet or Wiki Feet. Pull up some of these niggas' dogs for y'all. See how you like me now. See if you fuck around with the like button then. Mhm. Mhm. Don't worry. Don't worry. I see, first of all, I love myself. So I y'all gotta really piss me off to have me look up some fucking feet to bring them here as a punishment. Remember, I've seen every punishment before you have. I'm the one gots to deal with it. Not nice. I don't like it. All right, y'all. It has been wonderful to hang out with you. We were supposed to hang out for another 15 minutes, and it's been almost an hour, which is fine. I'll leave you with this thought. Aubrey got 5 stars on WikiFeet, man. I wonder how many VPNs DJ Academics had to use to vote on those feet to get it to 5 stars. Since they got the whole bot thing going on. I mean, allegedly. I just imagine that they dedicated some bot energy to making sure those feet were a 5. Mhm. Mhm. I feel like DJ Academics has a big ass picture in his bedroom of the Drake body pillow with Drake's feet on him. Some of you are mad now. I know. It's okay. I love you. I just wanted to leave you with that thought all up in your mind. See you later. Okay, bye.